So I'm about to start a long journey on this skateboard. I'm about to do a test driving about 16-mile round trip, mostly along canal routes and things like that. I do have to go on a little country road just to get to the canal, but there's not a long stretch, and most of my routes will be footpaths and basically canal riverside. So it should be a nice journey, and I'll be testing the range. I'll probably use Eco or Pro. I'll see how I feel, just to extend it and see what kind of percentage I have once I get back. So without further ado, let's get riding. Had an interesting journey from countryside into town. I've actually covered 7.2 miles, and this had to reset itself when I took a break from the rain under a bridge. So I mean, I've only used 31%, and I've done 7.1 miles, and it'll be 14.4 miles by the time I get back. And going by this and looking at the figures of some brief calculations, it looks like I should be able to make 23 miles on a single charge. This is an eco on off-road terrain mostly, and gravel paths and whatnot. But saying that, that's not a bad range, and And I think for most of the paths that I have been on, street wheels may actually do the job, and that would increase the range up to maybe 30. But this is about as far as I will be going in my local area, so that's why I wanted to do this journey, even though I'm kind of battling the rain. It's only quick showers, so nothing too major. So yeah, I'm just going to nip in here, grab what I want, and make the journey back. So I just managed to miss the shower. I got here just in time when everything poured down. You can see it's quite wet. So if I hadn't seen the whole video on how waterproof the GTR actually is, I'll be a little bit cautious driving through the puddles here, but I'll be on mostly paths, so I should be fine on the way back. But yeah, here it goes. I mean, I'm at 69% and about 7.4 miles to go back home. So I've just got back. It turns out that the journey itself was only 6.7 miles. The reason it was 7.2 was because I accidentally took the wrong route on the way there. But in total I've done 13.9 miles and I've got 25% left on the battery, which isn't bad considering the terrain I was on. And so looking at this, it looks like I will get about 18 miles before I run out of charge. Now I could have probably got a little further on Eco. I did use Pro on the way back a little bit more just to get up the gradient without stopping. But if I'd have just walked up the brief bits of steeper hills, it's likely that I could have pushed this a little bit further and hit the 20-mile mark. But that's not bad range for having the off-road wheels and riding off-road. As I say, on the road testing, which I don't really want to do simply because I don't really want to ride on main roads. Range testing on the road may give it over 20 miles, definitely more on street. But let's see. Have a look at the underside. So we've been riding back with wet weather, not raining, but just trails and things. It needs a bit of a wash, but I think it'll be okay. I wasn't riding through puddles that much. That's just the dirt spitting up from the wheels, which kind of got the back of my legs and everything. But no, it's been a good ride. I can certainly feel it on my feet after 13.9 miles, but that's probably the furthest that I'll be travelling on this board around my area, so that's good to know that I've got that kind of range. But yeah, so there we go, there's another video and another day getting used to the board. I've also managed to find my balance a little better. I've been able to carve a little bit more and just generally maintain higher speeds. So I think I was maintaining 16 to 18 on good ground, and around 15 I managed to top 15 on some of the rough trails. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it, and I'm glad that I picked the GTR, because I wouldn't have been able to do this journey with the GT or the GTX.